Show us the fucking money. It's time to lay it on me. Cause what's mine is ours. This shit belongs to the army. Gon' need to see them Benjis. We hungry for them tendies. Give us this day our daily bread. Show us the fucking money.
This ain't financial advice, just a little DD to help you think twice. We hold for each other, eyes on the prize. The new floor's 200,000 times 5. I joke, I kid, no, I don't know a damn thing. I'm as simple as Bubba trying to sell some damn shrimp. Can't spell IQ, can't even count to 10. And I eat crayons every day with my friends. I think about Kenny in his ivory tower, shaking in his lily boots as the apes overpower. Must suck to lose to monkeys, so dumb. But you made your bed and you got nowhere to run. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when he makes the prize fall. And he watching as we keep on more. You forgot we on the float, blind 2 hours old. Lie, stop breaking the law, asshole.
Show us the fucking money. It's time to lay it on me. Cause what's mine is ours. This shit belongs to the army. Gon' need to see them Benjis. We hungry for them tendies. Give us this day our daily bread. Show us the fucking money.
Yeah, crayon eating Lambo loving smooth brain, stupid ass. Throwing all my money at the streets like a quarterback. FUD don't mean a thing. Water up a duck's back. Apes not leaving nothing till we get the money stacks. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey holding to it blue. Monkey magic coming through us monkeys on the moon. Double digit IQ, tendy loving bamboo. Right here we got more smoothies than a jumbo juice. Probably thought you coulda made us sell all the gooder. And hell, we maybe woulda, but we more zen than the Buddha. The floor, 6 figures ain't selling for less. You took on the ape nation and you're fucking with the best. We hold for each other, my sisters and my brothers, the fighters and the lovers. We don't need another fan because we huddle through hard times and struggle. Cause we just a couple of diamonds in the rough.
Show us the fucking money. It's time to lay it on me. Cause what's mine is ours. This shit belongs to the army. Gon' need to see them Benjis. We hungry for them tendies. Give us this day our daily bread. Show us the fucking money.
Moon Gang. Moon Gang.
What is going on, everyone? I have an absolutely spicy power hour stream for you. If you're listening right now, numbers are low, but it doesn't matter. Everyone who's in here, you're about to learn yourself something. You're about to learn yourself something. Talking dark pools. Let's get this out here. This is gonna get all forms of spicy. All of the spices, everything, even the cinnamon. This is gonna get good. I have some facts, I have some figures for you. I have all the facts, all the figures. But before we get into that, let me just give you a little bit of an idea of where we're at right now. AMC currently trading at $35. There's major support at 33.75-ish, just below 34. Main support I'm watching currently 35. AMC's down 3% on the day, not even 3%. We've been here before, no reason to panic. GME is currently down 2.5% on the day, trading at 173.40. If it can't retain 175, I'll be watching 165. In terms of what happened in the market today, AMC, they borrowed, look at this. Question of like, why did it go down? Look at 4 million shares were borrowed and AMC didn't trade that much volume. We traded 22 mil in volume. Well, when 4 million of that could theoretically be short against it, it's not too much of a surprise to understand where the selling pressure came from. Short interest 17.16%, estimated utilization 87.24, shares on loan right now around just below 107 million. In terms of GME, they borrowed 51,000 against it today, and that's a net return of 11,000, estimated short interest 11.76%, utilization 39, shares on loan probably right now just above 8.27 million. So the borrow against AMC is considerable, not too much on GME today, but we are seeing generic weakness in the market. I mean, the SPY, it has not made its mind up. Like, look at this. It's drunk. It needs to go home. The Nasdaq, well, remember, we're coming off the back of impressive earnings reports from Microsoft, from Alphabet, aka Google, Tesla last week, Amazon and Apple upcoming this week. It's not the biggest surprise that tech is actually behaving the best. And in terms of the Russell, not many small cap companies are reporting right now. It's being the hardest hit. So if you're really looking at AMC and a little bit GME used to be in the Russell 2000. Right now it's in the S&P 500 or 400 mid cap, but we're seeing that the Russell is dragging AMC down. And as much as people don't really agree with it, AMC and GME, they're not going to move in lockstep, but their movements do seem to be related, and it seems to be driven by IWM. So that's a little bit of your moon stock update. Just so you know, DWAC completely ripping me apart right now. I was looking to fill at 52 on my puts. I didn't get the fill because it went to 52 like 77, so I was off on that. Currently trading at 70, most likely moving in a similar, like it's going to be driving PHUN as well, just so everyone knows. Tesla, I'm still in this one. I mean, I have it, my expiration is next week, so I have time on that, but I am long on Tesla. But let's talk about what the exciting thing is. SHIB, as I'm talking right now, SHIB hit a new all-time high. If you happen to be a proud member of the Shiba Inu army, the SHIB army, you are crushing it right now. You are absolutely crushing it right now. This thing, it's on a rampage. It can't be stopped. In fact, check this out. Check this out right here. SHIB flipped Doge with 160 million in smart money backing latest pump, blockchain data shows. And it says that it temporarily surpassed it. It's definitely past it right now. SHIB, hang on, coming in at 20. This might be a little bit delayed. It said that it temporarily passed it, but on these values that I'm seeing, maybe there's a little bit of a delay, but the market cap, the total value of Shiba Inu, it seems to be passing Doge. Like, this is a crazy run. It's becoming more popular in China. You can see the trends right now of how much people are searching it. Globally, this thing is spreading. It's just driving so much incredible excitement. I mean, people who are in it are absolutely, like, literally as I'm talking right now, brand new all-time high, just hit 75. If it breaks through 75, I would just, we're talking about 100. Next level is 100 on it if it can hold above 75. The gains on this, I mean, people are calling it a shitcoin. People are calling it a Dogecoin killer. I call it a money-making opportunity. You can name it what you want to name it. It's a money-making opportunity. Now, obviously, I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to be supportive of chasing something at an all-time high. But if you're looking for a place where you can get it, I highly recommend, like, remember, not a financial advisor, but just for watching the market, it does seem like you're going to get a dip opportunity. You don't have to chase a high. Voyager, it's above my head. You download this app. It's not in the state of New York. It's in all the other 49 states. Put in that code, MAT21. As soon as you trade $100 of whatever crypto, including SHIB, you'll get an extra $25 of Bitcoin as a bonus. But on top of that, you could check out Coinbase Pro. You could check out Gemini. I'm not sure if it's on Binance, KuCoin, Kraken, all those. Give them a quick Google search. Unfortunately, I just have one for Coinbase and Voyager in terms of a kickback. But if you like one of those other ones, hey, those are solid. I do recommend exercising some caution when it comes to getting it on something like Webull, just because you don't actually own the crypto. These other ones, you can send it. It's a wallet. You can send it to wherever you need to. Even if you want to take it offline, you can. Unfortunately, you cannot do that with something like Webull because it doesn't function as a wallet. And right now, you can't even get SHIB on Robinhood. So understand, if you're in the world of crypto, it does present less risk to you if you're actually engaging in something that, I don't know, like, is actually a legitimate crypto exchange, a legitimate crypto brokerage. Those are the things you want to look for. Without a doubt, you want to be a little bit more secure with your money. And when it comes to crypto, get something that the actual crypto community supports. It makes sense that way. If you want to talk about stocks on these other things, great. But I don't know if I want like this kind of a poor performing stock platform brokerage to be also where I get my crypto. I think it just presents too much risk. But right now, if you're in SHIB, actually let me know in chat. If you're in SHIB, let me know. Just say SHIB, post your whatever, just your rockets or whatever it is. Because I know out of the 4,000 watching right now, there has to be a lot of people making a lot of money as it relates to SHIB. And I'm just so excited for you. I'm reading more about the playlist, the music playlist where they're burning it. So, hey, even if you want to listen to that in the background, play it all night. Let's just get the burn, because as we cut supply and as demand stays the same or goes up, that's obviously going to raise the price. And as you can see from this article, it's not just dumb money. I know if you're in here listening right now, you're probably a proud member of Team Dumb Money, but this is being backed by smart money now. You could check this out. This is on CoinDesk. It is pretty interesting. I love to get my crypto news from these guys. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I just find it, they put out good information, very good information. Look at all these people in SHIB. Look at all of you SHIB supporters. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Matt's glasses, short ladder attack on AMC. What the F, Matt? Hey, Matt, watch Dirty Money, Netflix season 2, Kramer flip-flops more than Fauci, perfect body of evidence for the manipulation by media of Wall Street. Interesting. Have you talked about the SHIB burn playlist? Basically, there's a playlist on Spotify. You listen to it, and all the proceeds end up going to burning SHIB. They're sending it to a dead wallet. 22 million SHIB, buying more, killing it. What do you think about IRNT? IRNT, I have not heard that ticker in a hot minute. Ooh, it's spiking right now. Seems a bit chasey. I mean, if you want to get in at 1436, are you okay with risking 950? Are you okay with risking 1177? All of these plays, it's just like, what is your risk point? I do think it might be heading for this gap fill at 1614. But even with that being said, that's a $2 gain when you're risking more than $4 to the south side. The risk reward's a little bit out of whack, but I do admit, if you already have a position, if you were somehow agile and got in at 1140-ish, 1150-ish, try to ride it up. Try to ride it up to a gap fill from the low on September 30th. Another nice, easy gap fill play. All right, sweet. So I'm up to date there. It is 3:12. And all right, let me make sure I have everything ready. Because as I said, I very much want to discuss dark pools. Let's talk about dark pools. It is an important subject. It's a very important subject, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what it is, what it isn't, and why I think it's so important to discuss right now is there's a lot of people putting out misinformation about dark pools. Let me start it off this way. Do I think dark pools are problematic? Yes. I think that they should be more regulated. I think there should be less dark pools. I think they should stop selling backdoors to high frequency traders. There are problems with dark pools. As an ape community, are dark pools the main issue we are facing? As in, if the entire ape community could fix one thing right now, would it be dark pools? Absolutely not. And honestly, I don't even think it would make the top 5. I think, to me, I think dark pools right now are one of these things where a lot of people are saying, look at this, and it's confusing, and really it's taking away our attention from actually more seriously problematic things facing not only this community, but the market at large. So let me tell you about dark pools, and let me also explain I have sources for all of this information. This is not conjecture. If you want to fact check me, feel free to watch one of my 3 interviews with Dave Lauer where we talked about dark pools every single time, or throughout this little mini presentation I have going for you, I'll show you all of the sources. So let's start this off. If you just look up dark pools, this is what it's going to be defined as. Dark pool, privately organized financial forum or exchange for trading. So another way to put this is it's a venue. A venue in the world of trading is where buyers and sellers meet each other. You're a buyer, I'm a seller, I'm a buyer, you're a seller. It's where people agree on the amount of shares they want to exchange and the price they want to exchange it at. Shares don't live within a venue. They are exchanged at a venue. So lit exchanges are a type of venue. They're one of the main three. Another type of venue are market makers, internalizers, retail wholesalers. That's what Citadel and Virtu is. Citadel Securities, Virtu. That's another venue. Those are known as market makers, internalizers. The other type of one is a dark pool, also known as an ATS, right there, alternative trading system. ATS, alternative trading system, is just like a very boring academic way to say dark pool. Dark pool is a lot more, interesting. It sounds more exciting. So those are our three types of venues: lit exchanges, market makers, dark pools, aka ATSs. Just so you know, for the point of this discussion, market makers, that type of trading is also referred to as OTC, over the counter. OTC, that's the fancy name for market makers. ATS, that's the fancy name for dark pools. Those two, market makers and dark pools, are both known together as off-exchange trading. On-exchange trading is lit exchanges. So three venues. One of them is on-exchange, lit exchange. It's more transparent. We see everything going on. There's two type of off-exchange trading venues: market makers, aka OTC, dark pools, aka ATS. That's the highest level view. Those are the venues. That's how we meet each other. And actually, you can trade on all of them. So can institutions. As a retail trader, an institutional trader, you can trade on lit exchanges, you can trade on dark pools, you can trade with market makers. Everyone has access to all, or not, I shouldn't say all of them. You have access to all types of venues. But for example, when it comes to dark pools, there are many. There's about 60 dark pools. 40 of them they get more action, more volume. There's like 40 bigger ones that do things, but about 60 in total. And in terms of lit exchanges, there's about 16, where about 12-ish are more popular. And then when it comes to market makers, there's a handful, but there's two that dominate everything, mainly Citadel Securities, and then also Virtu, just so you know the numbers of each one that we're kind of dealing with. So dark pools, essentially 40, lit exchanges, essentially 12. And then when it comes to market makers or OTC, essentially 2, Citadel Securities and Virtu. So that's the big picture. That's what we're dealing with. And this very quickly gets intertwined with the discussion of payment for order flow. So if you're on something like Robinhood or Webull, they are getting payment from the market makers, OTC, off-exchange trading, and all the orders get sent there, and then they pay the brokerage for that. So the money flows from market makers to the brokerage. Brokerage sends all of the orders, stocks and options, to the market maker, and the market maker plays the other side of it. There are very, very rare circumstances in which the market maker does not want to take the trade. They feel like they have no edge, and this is referred to as toxic flow, and they can offload that trade, and they can really offload it wherever they want. Most of the time, this goes to a lit exchange, and in very, very rare circumstances, this goes to dark pools. You heard me right. When you are doing Robinhood or Webull, it is a very, very rare and abnormal circumstance in which that trade ends up being facilitated on a dark pool venue. Most of them, and I'm going to show you all of the data for this, if you are trading with payment for order flow, most of it is fulfilled by a market maker. It does not go to a dark pool. It stops at the market maker. Some of them, this toxic order flow, as in they don't have an edge, they can't make money, they can offload it to lit exchanges. You can find this in the GameStop report. They actually said that. You can find the information about Citadel Securities, the flow they didn't want, they ended up sending to a lit exchange, and just in a general circumstance, like there is a rarity in which they can offload it to a dark pool. I'm not saying none of it is on a dark pool. I'm saying it's a very, very small amount. So that's kind of the overarching situation. And it's here where some of the problems with dark pools, aka ATSs, really starts to arise. And it's because of the name. Talk about a misnomer, a dark pool. And I get it. It sounds scary. It sounds nefarious. It sounds like, what in the world is possibly going on right now? Why is it called that? And I think right here, it's because of, if you look this up, a dark pool, it's going to define this, and most likely sentence number 2, sentence number 3, it's going to say something about no impact, no exposure. But I beg you, keep reading, because what it really means is no exposure, no impact until the trade is executed. So the best way I could teach you what a dark pool is by showing you. So right here, this is Webull. And if you look on the right side of the screen, you're seeing a level 2. You see on the left side the bid, you see on the right side the ask. The bid is all sitting buy orders, and if you're looking at Webull, it's exclusively on the New York Stock Exchange, so one lit exchange. And on the right side, you have the ask. That's all the sitting sell orders. And other than that, on the top here, you see the price it's currently trading at. So this is exactly what a dark pool is. A dark pool is you just see the price. You do not see the sitting buy orders. You do not see the sitting sell orders. So the best way for me to put this is that the order and the placement of orders on dark pools has no impact on the market. But for example, if you did it on the New York Stock Exchange, if we saw that someone was trying to buy 1 million shares of AMC at 34.60, well, the price would go up because people would be like, hey, that whale knows something we don't know, and the price would be run up like away from it, even though the order never got executed. So in a certain way, dark pools are a way to allow you to put orders, buy or sell orders, without the rest of the world knowing. But as soon as that order is hit and executed, it then clearly has an impact. I need to make this explicitly clear. All trades, fully executed trades, like actually executed, like the trade goes through, buyer and seller agree. If that happens on a dark pool, it has a material impact on price. There's a misconception that trading on a dark pool has no impact on price. And in reality, the opposite is true. So the best way to think of a dark pool is picture this. You're seeing the lit exchange, the New York Stock Exchange right here. Just imagine that you couldn't see sitting orders. That's all it is. You cannot see sitting orders, but it trades within the NBBO, the National Best Bid and Offer. So the price isn't any different. The price is the same, and all you can see is the price. So basically, it's a way for people to be more competitive where they're not showing their intention. They're not showing that they're trying to buy. They're not showing that they're trying to sell. And that's just an advantageous thing. If you think that's right or wrong, that's a completely different debate, and we can discuss that. But that's all a dark pool is. This concept of being able to buy on a dark pool and then sell to an exchange to run the price down because buying doesn't have an impact on price, that's erroneous. That's wrong. No one who knows about the market agrees that that's even a thing. It just isn't a thing, to put it very, very frankly. So now that you know generally about venues, now that you know a little bit more specific about dark pools, let's really get into the weeds here. So what I just said of, hang on, like let's pretend, how about this? Let's pretend that buying and selling on a dark pool doesn't have an impact. Let me throw on my tinfoil hat right here and say, you know what? Dark pool trading does not have an impact on price. This is very, very, very bad. This is our problem. Let's say that I agreed with you on that. Let me try to take another tactic as my tinfoil hat is on super, super tight. Let me show you one thing. This is from FINRA's website. Remember, dark pool means ATS, and then OTC, that means market maker. Both of these are off exchange trading. Unfortunately, this is reported very slow. Right now, it is October 27th. We have data for most recently the week of September 20th. It's almost off by an entire month. That's one of the biggest problems. So right here, we have to go all the way back to September, and you could check this out. otctransparency.finra.org. Remember, ATS is for dark pools, OTC is for market makers, and you're going to want to click on NMS Tier 2, and that's going to be for both of them. Well, anyway, for this week, I'm talking September 20th all the way up until the 24th, all 5 trading days. ATS, it's right here, clear as day. The amount of shares is 10.4 million. Once again, that is for dark pools. Well, if you look at market makers right now, OTC, AMC, look at the exact same week, September 20th, as in the 20th, all the way up till the 24th. AMC, look how much volume was facilitated by market makers, 146 million. So in one case, we have 10.4 million dark pools, and then for market makers, we have 146 million, almost 14 times the amount. And right here, just to give you a better picture of like what's actually going on, for that week, let me just find September 20th, right here. September 20th, starting at 71 million, and then we go all the way to the 24th, about 32.5. Well, if you want to add all these up, I mean, I already did it for us, and let me break out my handy dandy notepad. September 20th to the 24th. If you want to add that up, feel free to fact check me. Total volume. If you're going to get the number, it's going to be 261.77 mil. That's how much the total AMC volume is. And I'm talking all venues, all three major types of venue for the week of September 20th to the 24th, all 5 trading days for AMC, 261.77 million. So if you now look at dark pools, AKA ATSs, that volume, as we just showed you, was 10.4 mil. And then finally, if we just talk about market makers, that total volume is coming in at 146.16 mil. And once again, just to double check all of those, so I'm just not pulling these numbers out of my ass. ATS right here, same week, September 20th, 10.4 mil. Right here, weekly, 920, we're on OTC, which is the market makers, and that's 146.16 mil. So those are all the numbers we're at for this particular week, 5 days of trading. So if you do this percentage out, dark pools actually end up accounting for 55.84% of trading for that week. And then for that was for, I switched this up. The market makers are 55.84%, while dark pools are actually, this is incredible, they are sub 4%, 3.98%. So in total, obviously, total off exchange, we are coming in at 59.8%. So that means about 40.2% was executed on a lit exchange, 59.8% was executed off exchange, but of this 59%, 4% of this was actually being done on a dark pool. So let's take this line of, are dark pools problematic? Even if you think they are like absurdly problematic, we are talking about 4% of the volume. 4%. If you think there's a problem somewhere, look at Citadel Securities, look at Virtu. They are trading over 50%, almost 56% of what's going on with AMC for this particular week. Like I said, I don't have that up-to-date data for right now where we're live on with October, but it's not going to deviate that much. And if you think about it, so many people that are pushing, look at all this dark pool volume, 60, 70%. Right here, it strongly looks like they're actually talking about total off-exchange volume. And like I said, I'm not here supporting dark pools. I think dark pools have problems, but let's take care of this serious problem. Market makers. Market makers are obviously the person with like their hand in the cookie jar here, and yet they've somehow gotten us to get distracted across the board and be like, market makers love that we are talking about dark pools because they're getting us to focus on 4% of the problem, and they're getting away with 56% of the problem. And hang on, let me continue this because like I said, don't forget, my tinfoil hat is on very tight right now. So as you can tell, many people talking about 60, 70%, it seems as if they're talking about total off-exchange volume when they're calling all dark pool volume off exchange when they really mean just off exchange. And you have to remember that there's like the two things going on. So that's a good theory, Matt. But hey, you say you're a data kid. You say you have the facts. I don't believe you quite yet. Like, I need a little bit more info to see what's going on here. And hey, I have that exactly for you. So a lot of people are getting this information. Like, where is the issue coming from? That's a very, very fair question. Matt, if you feel so strongly that it's sub 4% and other people are talking about 60, 70%, where is the disconnect? Like, where are we even possibly getting this number? That is a great question. And I tweeted this out yesterday, and people, I was getting two over and over again. And one was right here. Chart Exchange. Chart Exchange was presenting it. This is live right now, October 27th. Right here, dark pools, 60%. And then also the second one is Market Chameleon. Once again, this is live right now with October 27th right here. They are talking about 61%. So Market Chameleon saying 61% and Chart Exchange saying 59%. Being presented that data, I understand how it's easy to go wrong. I completely understand how you can easily go wrong because you're like, hey, I see the word dark pool, I see today's date, I see AMC, I see 59. I see this website, I see AMC, I see today's date, I see dark pool trades reported at 61%. Well, what? Like, how do we know who's right? Is the crazy guy yelling at his camera in the basement right? Or are these websites that look like they were built in the 80s, are they possibly right? Okay, well, let's dive into it a little bit more. You see this superscript right here, number 1, multiple off-exchange venues. Well, remember, off-exchange is defined as ATSs and OTC. They are putting all off-exchange trading together and they're calling it dark pools. That's at least what Chart Exchange is doing. Same thing right here with Market Chameleon. Represent activity away from the mainstream or lit exchanges. So they're saying anything that's not traded as a lit exchange, they're calling it dark pool volume. Okay, maybe I'm switching a couple of your minds right now. They're like, okay, I see why they erroneously are calling all off-exchange trading the same as dark pool trading. It seems like a mess up, but are we sure of that? Well, check out this little development that happened today. I saw another person out there who is actually somewhat respected in the community, and they once again called out 60%. They said AMC since July has been trading over 60% on dark pools. And I said, where are you seeing this data? I would love to check out the source, seeing lots of conflicting info. And I'm just trying to get to the bottom of things here, folks. Wherever the truth leads me, it's going to lead me. And then once again, someone responded with Chart Exchange. If you click on this and check it out, it's going to bring you to this information, which yes, it does say dark pools, basically 60%. Well, this kind of gets interesting because I point out the superscript of basically saying multiple off-exchange venues. This is including market makers and dark pools. I should not have said it so confidently. It was more of an interrogative, like, is this including market makers and dark pools? And well, I will be damned. I will be absolutely damned. Chart Exchange ended up responding to me. Like the actual company responded to me. I don't think it gets more granular than this. When you look at the SIP, just so you know, that is the Securities Information Processors. Basically, it's the people who take all the different exchanges, like all the lit exchanges, all the dark pools, all the market makers. It gets the bid and ask, and it puts it into like one consolidated piece of information. That's what the SIP is for. When you look at the SIP feed, all these are just marked as off exchange. Our volume by exchange table is pretty much exactly what you see in Bloomberg Terminal. So right here, they're saying this. They're saying that anything that is not on exchange, it's just called off exchange. They don't delineate between dark pools. They do not delineate between market makers. It all comes to them as off exchange. So they're calling, they admit it right here. It comes to them as off exchange, and they're calling everything that's off exchange as a dark pool. But hang on, Matt, that's not enough. I said, I appreciate your response because I truly do. I'm curious, why do you call all off-exchange volume dark pool volume? Yes, dark pool volume is off-exchange, but so is market maker internalization. Am I missing something? And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Chart Exchange. We did originally label it as off-exchange. Boom, right there. They initially called it the right thing, but hang on. But Market Chameleon, I guess their competitor right here, Market Chameleon, calls it dark pool. We wanted to show we're tracking the same thing, so we switched ours to dark pool with a footnote. But Market Chameleon only counts last sale trades. Ours counts all volume trades. So they're taking a little bit of a shot at Market Chameleon here, but exclusively, the only reason why Chart Exchange calls it dark pool, it's a competitive thing. They're like, oh, we just want to show that we have the exact same thing as Market Chameleon. So they're not wrong, but they are wrong. It's wrong for them to call it dark pool. What they should call it is off-exchange trading. And the way it's particularly impacting this community is by getting us to think that there's so many trades done on dark pools, which is simply not true. There is a lot of off-exchange trading, but in that world of off-exchange trading, most of it is done by market makers, not by dark pools. For the week of September 20th, that entire week, 4% of the volume was done by dark pools. So even if you think dark pools are the dumbest invention ever, it's a small problem. It is a small problem to the tune of 4%. This is the problem that people are losing their mind over, when in reality, we need to focus on the true culprit here, the market makers, Citadel Securities and Virtu. I don't know how to make this more obvious. In a general sense, we need more trades done on a lit exchange. We need more trades executed on a lit exchange. So if we got rid of all dark pool trading, that helps us to the tune of 4%. If we cut the market maker trading in half, we're talking about 27%, 28%. If you're looking for the real problem that we have to tackle, it's the market makers, and in more of a general sense, all the trade being done off exchange. But you got to look to Virtu, you got to look to Citadel Securities. I do have problems with dark pools, but when you realize how much dark pools are actually being utilized, it's being severely overstated on all forms of social media. You do not have to trust me. You can look at FINRA's website. You can look at Chart Exchange. You can look at Market Chameleon. You can listen to Dave Lauer's 3 interviews with me, or you can trust it from the horse's mouth itself, Chart Exchange, admitting, yeah, we called it that, but then we just switched it because our competitor also called it dark pool. So basically, both Chart Exchange and Market Chameleon are leading people astray because they just choose to call it market dark pool instead of off-exchange trading. So that's the DD I did for you. I hope you feel a little bit more comfortable in dark pools, and I hope we're able to get the community back on track of what the true problem here is, because we don't want to get confused by one random thing and run down that path, when in reality, if we bring that to government officials and we're like, we hate dark pools, they're going to look at it and be like, what are they talking about? It trades 4%. Why do they care about such a small amount of trading? That's what I have for you on dark pools. I hope you learned a thing or two. Obviously, if you have any questions whatsoever, let me know. What just happened to SHIB? What happened to SHIB here? Someone, Coinbase portfolio, can't see my Coinbase portfolio. Coinbase up, Coinbase down. It sounds like Coinbase is currently down. Well, that's not, can I get into my Coinbase? Coinbase down. An error has occurred. Don't worry, we've been notified about the issue and we're taking a look. Please try again in a few minutes, or if the problem persists, feel free to add a bug report. Sorry for your trouble. Look how jumpy this is, folks. Spicy. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Voyager is down. SHIB is now larger market cap than Robinhood. What else do we have? This is getting spicy, folks. Spicy, 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 spicy. Is Voyager down? So Coinbase is down for me, at least. Let me check my Voyager. Let me see what's going on. Can I get into my Voyager? My Voyager is working, and my Voyager is showing, just to give you guys a real-time reading. Hang on, where is the SHIB? Oh, wait. So on Voyager, it's showing me SHIB at 80. If I look right now on Voyager, it shows it to me just above 80. I'm curious where it's pulling this. SHIB. So I guess I got it off of Coinbase. Well, that's why, because Coinbase is going absolutely wild. Let's check it on Coinbase. Let's check it on FTX. Yeah, so FTX is a little bit more calm. So this is important to know, the exchange that you're dealing with. So right now, SHIB is going all over the place on Coinbase as Coinbase is down. But look at SHIB on FTX. It's just, this is exactly what I'm actually seeing on Voyager right now, just below 80. So FTX and SHIB seem to be all good right now, at least for me. Maybe it's a location thing. I'm seeing Voyager up again, but was down. Interesting. I mean, hey, you ever think they're really gonna let retail get rich that easily? You really think that? You think the powers to be are super happy that retail is making some money for once? What else we have? My public account is out of sync. I can't see my positions, cannot trade them. Anyone else? Would be bad if this happened during the squeeze. This is wild. It seems like a lot of things are... someone just said Coinbase is back. Let me reload mine. I'm still having an issue on Coinbase, which is upsetting because I have a good chunk of change on Coinbase. But all my SHIB is on Voyager. Someone just said Coinbase pulled that shit again. I'm going to show you. Is it back up? I'm still having Coinbase problems. Yeah, so it sounds like it's up for some people, but mine is not back up. Just little old Matt left out into the dark by himself. Can I get an F in chat for Coinbase? Breaking news, SHIB just crashed Coinbase and many other apps. Wow. Matt, what's the fancy name for crack, aka AMC? All right, so are we Voyager down for me? Voyager back down. Man, we're all over the place. So whose brokerages are working for who? My Voyager still works. I'm on Voyager. I can buy. Yeah, my Voyager is completely good. My Coinbase, not so much. Problematic. Wow. Whoa. This is nuts. Someone said Binance is good. And it sounds like public is working again for people. When it comes to public and crypto, I recommend just being a little safe there because it doesn't, to my understanding, function as a wallet quite yet. I know you're not a tax expert, but how do taxes work with crypto? If I don't own crypto on Webull, is it still taxed as crypto or stock? I don't even know if, like, I think the government's actively trying to figure out like crypto taxes. It'd probably still be capital gains, I believe. But you're definitely going to want to talk to a like certified public accountant about that one. Coinbase Pro is currently working for Daniel. I'm still down with you. Kinky Kong. We're just getting messed up by Coinbase right now. But in reality, like, it's frustrating, like, with the technology not being able to handle the volume or whatever their tech problem is. But were you going to sell anyway? I'm not going to sell. So, like, down or up, I mean, whatever. I'm holding. I would feel more comfortable, obviously, if I had direct access to what was going on right now, just in case, I don't know. What if I wanted to sell so I could buy myself a lot of Cheez-Its? That could be something that comes up in my life. I don't have such a hankering for Cheez-Its at this moment in time, but you never know. When you want, if there's one thing I've learned in my short 27 years, it's when you want Cheez-Its, you want Cheez-Its. I don't feel that way right now, but hey, sometimes you need some money. So let's see how this goes. I'll keep checking on my own Voyager. I mean, my Voyager, maybe it went down when I was on my rant about dark pools, but my Voyager is good right now. But my Coinbase, not so good. But people are saying Coinbase Pro is all good. Let me try to log into Coinbase Pro. Interesting. That is not working for me either. I guess they're trying to scare people out of SHIB. Oh, geez. All the shenanigans. Is it even a fun day in the market without absurd shenanigans? This wallet bought 8,000 SHIB last August. It's now worth 5.7 billion. We might be looking at the best individual trade of all time. That's insane. Wow. Someone, you can see the SHIB wallet. They got $8,000 worth of it last August, now worth 5.7 billion. Folks, that literally could be the best trade of all time. I just retweeted it so you could see it. This is so funny. Oh man, if you don't laugh, you're just gonna cry. It's not actually funny, but if you have a different emotional response, you're just gonna end up crying. So what else do we have? I'm looking for any news on Coinbase to see what's going on for all of you, to see if it's back up. Is mine back up? Wild. Hey, we're living through chaos. What's a day in the duck basement without a little bit of chaos? What else do we have? All right. This is nuts. Bask in it. What's that guy from Game of Thrones, Littlefinger? He's like, it's in chaos that you ladder up. You know? It's kind of like a Game of Thrones Bane crossover. You gotta like be born into the chaos. You gotta be molded by the chaos. You can't just adopt the chaos. You gotta be born into the chaos. We're rocking now. We are rocking now. Chaos is a ladder. It's the old Game of Thrones Bane crossover. Classic. Sent to an IG DM. All right, let me check this out. Let me see what my Voyager is saying. Oh, I just, my new Voyager thing is, can you guys see this? It says, we need a moment. We are behind the scenes upgrading our systems to accommodate. Check back soon. So it sounds like, if I had to guess, they're spinning up another AWS instance to handle whatever the hell is going on. Crazy amount of volume. This is serious volume. Like, they simply could not handle like, look at this. Holy guacamole. That's a lot of buying, folks. And I guess they just couldn't handle it now. Is Voyager a wallet? Yes, for most of the cryptos. Mine is updating right there. Jeez Louise. This is just... makes you feel really safe in the system. I wonder what the tech problems are. If I had to throw out my best guess, it's probably they just simply could not handle the volume. It's probably just so many people. Because it would be one thing if it was one of them. I'm like, oh, maybe there's a bug. But Voyager and Coinbase and probably other brokerages that have SHIB down, I'm assuming it's like a pure volume issue. The amount of like network requests, they probably just couldn't handle it. What else do we have? I'm still thinking about this. Imagine this. Imagine you're the person who's up almost $6 billion in SHIB, and imagine you're the one who's locked out. Like with us, hey, I know a lot of people listening right now are probably up a decent amount of money. Imagine being up $6 billion and not being able to access it. That person's heart right now, they have to be losing their mind. Imagine being locked out. Like you are that close to being a multi-billionaire, to within 400 days, jumping from potentially whatever middle class to like literally Forbes list of richest people. You are joining a club of less than 2,000. Imagine being like locked right out just because of a tech issue. Just being like, we hope we get this back up and running for you soon. I would be in my car on the way to Coinbase's headquarters. I'd be like, we are figuring this out, and we are figuring this out right now. That would be absolutely insane. Is it going to pass it? Hang on. Do I need to reload this to see if, did it pass it? It's messing around. It's right there. It's like kind of bouncing up, like SHIB has passed Doge and then it comes right back under it. Someone on the morning stream asked me, do I think it'll ever pass it in market cap? And I said, yeah, like at some point. I didn't think it would be happening this early. What a day. What a day. What a day. I hope you're having some fun in SHIB. Apes are never wrong. MOAS changes everything. Shout out Pete G5. It's virtually the same thing as taking away a buy button. Yeah, it has some of the same like aspects to it for sure. I mean, obviously the fact that the price is changing is telling you somewhere out there is changing it. This price movement, which actually hasn't moved now that I'm paying attention to it. FTX, Coinbase. What is 8 cap? Is it trading here? Is it just for, oh, that one just moved. All right, so it's at least moving on this like random one. Welcome to crypto, I guess. This happened twice with Doge and it looks like nothing has been done to fix it. Yeah, you would think about the insanity of Doge that they figured out a way to scale up and they just bought bigger servers to handle it. It sounds like many brokerages are down, crypto-based ones. The market is against me. I have $35 puts and 36 calls on hood, 35.50 all day, FML. It knows exactly what you're doing and it's playing you against yourself. I know we all feel like that every once in a while. This is just insane. Hang on, let me get back to FTX. That's a bigger one. I think it is updating in price. Are we getting any movement right here? Yeah, there we go. It's doing something. I'm getting a report from Han that Coinbase Pro is working fine. So it sounds like quote unquote normal Coinbase is down, but Coinbase Pro is up if you have a Pro account. Matt passed the hopium down bad on AMC. On AMC, the support I'm still watching is the high 37s. Like I think there's a reality in which this could additionally drop an extra $1 because that's just like the closest support. So in the meantime, actually, no, I'm getting kind of destroyed on everything. Yesterday was a good day. Today, not so much. I'm getting messed up on my Tesla calls. I'm getting messed up on my DWAC puts. I'm getting messed up on AMC. I'm getting messed up on GME. I very much need SHIB to keep going, to keep my P&L green on the day. Normal Coinbase is back up on iPhone, someone said. I'm still down on normal Coinbase, but it does look like my Coinbase Pro is up. Interesting. But someone did just say, shout out to George. I appreciate you sharing that. Normal Coinbase back up on an iPhone. What else do we have? Someone said Voyager. Did you increase your SHIB position? I did not. I didn't want to chase. And I guess if I did chase, it would have worked out. But hey, coulda, woulda, shoulda. My Voyager is currently down, but my Coinbase is up. A little bit ago, it was flip. My Voyager was up, but my Coinbase was down. So flippy floppy. What do you think about a double bounce at 29 for AMC? it's possible, but I'm going to watch the support levels before it. Like, I'm not going to talk about 29 when there's major supports before that. If it breaks below 29, I think people, I don't want that to happen because I think it's going to cause panic in some of the people who maybe aren't as diamond handed. They're going to be like, okay, like, I don't want people to think that the play is over. We'll have to wait and see. But I guess to clarify, there are various levels of support I am personally watching before we get to the support of 29. How's PROG? PROG is below 4 right now. Man, we are just selling off into close today. Anyone who sold AMC for SHIB is a fraud. What do you mean a fraud? You can't tell people what to do. I would have never suggested that someone does that, but who are you to be like the arbiter of someone else's finances? If someone wants to sell it, okay. Are you much better than the egotistical Wall Streeters? If you're telling people what they should do with their money, you have no idea what they're going through. You can't tell people what to buy and to sell, and if they're a fraud or not a fraud, or if an ape or not an ape. Understand that people are doing what they think is best for them. And AMC, GME, like, you, regardless of you being in them or out of them, you can still fight for market transparency. You can still fight for market fairness. You can still be attempting to better your own financial health and learn about the markets, learn how to trade, to invest, and all of that. This concept that people think they can like judge other people, like, seriously, just shut the fuck up. Like, it's so weird to me that quote unquote apes think they can comment on other people's situations and what they should or shouldn't do. That's insane to me. You are not an ape. You are absolutely going against some of the most core tenets of what an ape is if you think you can comment on someone else's situation. Who is that guy? I want to kick him out of here. Now I'm all hot and bothered by this guy. Where is he? I'm going to find him. I'm going to hunt him down and kick him on out of here. Too many people commented because I swore, and they all get excited when I swear. Where is he? I'm going to find you. Man, if this guy pokes his head up, he's gone. He's out of here. Where is he? I'm hunting him. Oh, he's camouflaged himself in a sea of comments. Where is he? This guy's, he's good. This is like, where's Waldo? And now so many people are commenting. You're like protecting him. You're like, this is funny. All right. This guy's going to live to see another day. Maybe he'll come back with a different attitude. One of the few that got away. I feel like I'm sometimes you can't kick them all because you have to keep some of these guys alive so they can spread the message to these other people. Watch every day, hold AMC to the moon. Can you take a look at ME? 23andMe. 4% gain. Whoa, ME, it's at resistance right now. If it can break through 1250, you're watching 1355. Do I think it's good to get in right now? No, but if you're already in it, like, try to ride that up. Fingers crossed for the breakout, and then pay attention to 1350. Someone said Voyager back up. Right before market close. Voyager's back up, and look at that. It's associated with a pop in price. Interesting. Yeah, on Voyager, SHIB is trading just below 80. If you want Voyager, once again, it's above my head. You download the app, you put in that code MAT21, and apparently you pick some random coin, you hold on to it for a year, and apparently that's the trick to financial freedom these days. Wild. I found him. It was Buff 24/7. Finish him. I miss Buff 24/7. I miss him. Someone said Voyager's not back up. It's up for me. Maybe it's location based. Maybe they've like spun back up certain servers. Is normal Coinbase back up? Normal Coinbase is not back up as of now, but it looks as if Coinbase Pro is. Trey sub wake up. Anyone who sells AMC to pay for rent or food is a fraud. It's weird because that's legitimately how some of these people act, and it's to new apes. I think it could be extremely off-putting. Extremely off-putting. If people just act like that, like it's just not an inviting group. If everyone's like has that opinion of they could just tell everyone what to do and they like yell at you and like accuse you of like random stuff. All right. Whoa, time flies when you're having fun. We only have whoa, the market's about to close. 5 seconds. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Dingity ding ding ding. The casino's closed, folks. Not the crypto casino, and not even really the normal casino, but just like the main room of the casino's closed. But there's many back rooms and other things that you can hang out at. Pretty much just the options market is closed. But hey, not the best day for AMC GME. AMC down 3.6%, GME down 2.4%. DWAC bounced, ripped my face off. PHUN bounced. I wasn't in that play. Tesla allegedly up 2%, but it doesn't feel that way. The thing that stole the show today was obviously SHIB. Currently trading at 78, hit a high of 88. This stuff is nuts. Whatever you're in, I hope you're making money. Remember, risk reward. Don't just focus on the reward. What is your risk point? How bad would things have to go for you to like actually pull the plug on the situation? And that's good for any trade or investment. You got to balance out your risk reward and always do your DD. I will be posting the dark pool thing on Kohrs Lite, and I'll tweet it out because people need the information. There's too much false information going around in this world. And the fact that Chart Exchange came in and like actually clarified it, what other proof do we need? So I'll make sure to get that post and I'll tweet it out just so more and more people can see it. But I do appreciate all of your time. I do appreciate all of your support. I hope you had some fun. I hope you learned something. I will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. bright and early. We'll do 9 to 11. And then, of course, we'll do Power Hour from 3 to 4. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic evening, night, afternoon, wherever you're at. I hope you have a good one. I will catch you bright and early, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you for all the support. Make sure to check out Kohrs Lite. We're going to be posting some clips there. If you're not subscribed there already, if you're not subscribed to the main channel, make sure you do all that stuff. It does help me out with the engagement on YouTube's algorithm, all that fancy schmancy stuff. But really, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic afternoon. I hope you're able to hang out with friends, family, loved ones. I hope you have a good one. I'll catch you tomorrow. And as always, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.